FBI fusion centers, danger to America. After 9/11, the FBI formed a network of fusion centers across the country. At this time, there are about 80, and growing. The theory was that we needed a place to send local and state law enforcement representatives to mingle with federal representatives to fuse information to head off any future terrorist attacks. Fusion centers have existed for over 20 years and suck up billions of dollars from state and federal sources. Congress has tried to get them to account for the money, but they refuse. In this last 20 years plus, no terrorist has been identified, no terrorist attack plans have been identified, no terrorist has been arrested. No terrorist attack has been thwarted, much less even discovered. Recent FBI whistleblower, among others, have stated that the DC FBI field office has ordered FBI field offices to essentially put real crimes on the back burner and fabricate incidents of white extremism. To fit the Democrat narrative that anyone patriotic, who knows the Constitution and insists on their rights, like demanding schools quit sexually grooming their kids, is an example of white supremacy and therefore a terrorist. FBI was instructed to create false dossiers on these people, to pervert facts, misrepresent, and even blatantly lie about these regular, law-abiding Americans, showing they were concerned about the erosion of their freedoms and society. This is actually a not surprising offshoot of the targeted individual program, run at least as long. After 9/11, the FBI had mega funding and no terrorists, as stated above. They decided to create terrorists out of random Americans at first. Secretly, of course, so that their false dossiers and lies would not be challenged. Based on the post-9/11 legislation like PAA and NDAA, they just secretly stripped anyone even secretly accused of terrorism of all their rights. Constitutional, human, civil. The target was denied their basic constitutional rights, such as the right to know if they have been charged with a crime, what it is, and by whom. When FBI fusion centers are sent FOLAs, they claim to be privately owned and therefore not subject to Freedom of Information requests. It is a legalistic sleight of hand to continue defrauding the government by declaring thousands of known innocent people to be suspected terrorists, who need watching but refusing to be accountable for it. However, watching is not exactly all they do. A vulnerable person is identified, most often older women who are single, divorced, widowed, and do not have a good support network nor oodles of money to hire a lawyer, though in recent years, other demographics have been preyed upon more and more that even include small children and severely handicapped, not to mention veterans listed as threats because they can handle a gun. The surveillance works like this: a false dossier is submitted to the FISA court, which rubber stamps it, wink wink, nod nod, though much of the dossier is feeble and outlandish, like saying a phone call received by the target from a North Florida 850 area code is a call from North Korea because the country code is also 850. Of course, no one is on the line even if the target answers. With the fraudulently attained warrant, the fusion center reps call together a large network of civilian vigilantes paid under the table with gift cards, internet accounts, and a network of fusion center local partners, who provide goods and services also under the table, depending on what the vigilante does in his service to the FBI fusion center. They then tell these fascist dupes and fools the false story about what a terrible person their new target is, but there just doesn't seem to be enough proof to bring the person in for questioning, much less arrest them, so it is up to these to deal with them, up to and including murder. It essentially is a pyramid scheme to defraud the government and share the wealth with locals, so they have no interest in demanding due process and the Constitution be followed.